Welcome, everyone, to the Marketing Happy Hour podcast, where you'll hear career-defining advice, powerful social media strategies, unique creative tips, groundbreaking influencer marketing tactics, and more from marketing experts that represent some of the world's leading brands. Go ahead, grab a drink, and join us for this week's episode.
Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in to our closeout episode of Marketing Happy Hour Season 1. Cassie and I just wanted to quickly recap how we feel about the first season, our favorite moments from it. We are just so excited for what's ahead with Marketing Happy Hour, and the response has been better than we could have even imagined. So I guess I will go first. My favorite moment from this season was actually when Sylvester was talking about career choices and just how to know when it's the right time to take that best next step. And I actually was going through that on my own during our interview. So it was awesome to stay on a little bit after our interview and just chat a little bit more about what he was talking about when he answered our questions and just my own personal situation. And he really encouraged me, and that was awesome. I really love the relationships that we're able to develop with our guests. I think that really makes a difference. It's not just random people that we want to have on our podcast. We really learn a lot from every guest and love to stay in touch. So that's been the most rewarding conversation I think I've had, and I think that's a great episode for anyone to listen to who might be in need of a little career advice or trying to make a change from what they're currently doing.
Hey everyone, it is Cassie here, and as Erica said, thank you guys so much for listening to Season 1 of the Marketing Happy Hour podcast. I feel like just a few weeks ago we were on Clubhouse doing very similar interviews for all of you, and when we decided to morph our community into a podcast, we were just welcomed with open arms by all of you, and we just had such amazing reviews from everyone, and we just thank you all so much for listening and taking the time to add us as part of your day. We are so incredibly excited for Season 2. We have a whole slew of interviews already lined up that we know is going to be so incredibly valuable for you guys. So, like Erica, I wanted to go ahead and share one of my favorite moments from the podcast really quick, along with a really great lesson that I learned in my personal career over the last quarter. Okay, so my favorite moment, it was definitely chatting with Steven of Universal Studios. So if you guys didn't listen to the episode, he manages the team in both California and Orlando on social media. And if you guys aren't familiar with Universal, they have very different personalities online. And the thing that kind of goes deeper for them is all of their social media platforms have a very different strategy and creative purpose to them. And he really talks about how they've made all of the platforms, including Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all work for them in different ways and how they're able to serve their different audiences. So I would highly recommend going in and listening to that episode, especially if you do manage any sort of brand. Really with our clients too that I work with, we try to develop individual personalities because ideally we want people to follow these brands on all the different platforms and not be served the same content across all of them. And it just really makes the experience with the brand even that much better. So definitely highly recommend checking that out. All right, one last quick thing for you guys before we wrap up this episode, but I just wanted to share a couple quick lessons with you guys of things I learned in my personal business this past quarter. For those of you who don't know me well, I do own an agency alongside of my husband, so we work with various brands and businesses to help them develop social media and creative strategies. So one of the biggest lessons I learned this quarter, and it's something I've been trying to learn over the years to get better at, is just being as clear and concise as possible. Being a social media agency, a lot of our communication is written. We do video, but a lot of the times things are communicated through email or through social media copy. So one of the things that hasn't necessarily gotten us in trouble over the past, but has really taken up a lot of our time in doing extra communication is not being clear with what we're trying to get across, or clear with a proposal point in a contract, or clear with copy on a brand's behalf. And it takes more time in the future when a client or consumer is confused to re-communicate that in the way that you meant in the first place. So when you are writing copy, when you're writing emails, when you're writing contracts, be as clear and concise as possible. Eliminate fluff, eliminate jargon, eliminate anything that might be confusing to the recipient on the other end, and it will save you a ton of time. And the next thing that I learned is just learning to say no. Simple as that. I think I have struggled in the past with just taking on too much work on myself, and later down the road learning that it was, too much to handle. And so for me, I think I'm slowly learning that it is okay to say no. It is okay to say, hey, I don't have time right now, but I might have time later. And, it can really be a benefit to learn that lesson over time. That is a wrap for season 1 of the Marketing Happy Hour podcast. We just want to say thank you all so much again for taking the time to listen in this season. We are so excited to reveal some of the speakers we have coming up next season, including marketers and agency owners from businesses like Avant Stay, Upwork, Clearwater Marine Aquarium, and more. So make sure you guys follow us on Instagram. You can find us at Marketing Happy Hour. That is at Marketing Happy HR on Instagram. We'll not only release some information about those upcoming speakers, but we'll continue to share marketing advice, business insights, social media tips, and even more with you guys while we are on that season break. So stay tuned, because we will be back on October, the first week of that month, and we cannot wait to see you then. So talk to you later, guys. Stay safe and healthy, and stay tuned for more updates.